Hi, I hope you're doing okay. Today I wanted to take a look at this Singer sewing book that my mom gave to me. When I started getting into sewing, I guess she found it in her old things and thought I might like it. It's from 1985, so it's kind of outdated, but let's flip through and see what we find. So this is the Singer Sewing Reference Library, and this is specifically for clothing care and repair. Extending the life of your clothes. So the cover has this green collared shirt. And there's a thimble here with some straight pins and a matching green spool of thread with a needle and thread here in the fabric. There's a little bit of a rip here in the book, so I'm going to try to be as careful as possible. But here we've got the same green shirt. And there's a pair of scissors, or I guess fabric shears, if you're feeling special and fancy. Some more straight pins, a couple of standard zippers that match the green of the shirt. Here's that green spool of thread. There's a button here and a needle and thread and some measuring tape in the bottom left corner here. So Singer is a sewing machine brand, and I don't have a Singer machine myself. I have one from Brother, but I know Singer has been making sewing machines for many, many years, and I think the vintage ones look really cool. This one doesn't look very old though. I mean, the really old ones look cool. So here are the contents, and it looks like this book is separated into a few different sections. So we've got care with the picture of an iron. There's repair with a picture of a patch being sewn on to fabric. That's very cute. I always love seeing patches as a form of repair because they also add a little bit of personal style or uniqueness to the piece. It's kind of it's a way to incorporate design into repair, which I think is cool. Then we have stains with this picture of someone doing a very bad job of pouring wine into a wine glass. It's going all over this person's sleeve. Then washing and drying. Looks like we have some detergent being poured into water to a washing machine. This section is called closets. That's pretty fun. There is an organized closet here and some other little boxes and things. I guess storage ideas or recommendations. And then we have the last section, which is called customizing. This sounds pretty cool. Some of the sections in this are like shortening a dress to a shirt, restyling a dress to a skirt, redesigning skirts, changing collars and necklines, restyling sweaters. It's kind of cool. So I'm not going to go through the entire book here, but I'm going to flip through and see what interests me. Well, here is actually an intro of how to use this book. It says, your wardrobe is an investment contributing to your image, so you expect the clothes in it to look good, to feel comfortable, and to last. To stay in good condition, a wardrobe requires a simple, efficient routine of care that includes periodic repairs and updating. Clothing care and repair presents easy, proven techniques for clothing maintenance, and it serves as a source of practical ideas for repairing and updating clothing. It's a book for everyone, from the young person looking for the basics of long-term wardrobe upkeep to the experienced homemaker with an established routine of clothing care. To use the information in this book, you do not have to know how to sew. You do not even have to own a sewing machine. The book contains facts, charts, and procedures you may often need, so it is arranged to be used as a reference, as well as a source of ideas. It is divided into 3 major sections: care, repair, and customizing. Each section provides you with a general overview, followed by specific tips and techniques. Close-up photos are accompanied by step-by-step instructions to guide you through each procedure. To be useful, the 3 sections do not have to be read in sequence. Each contains independent techniques and instructions, but when the book is read as a unit, it presents a complete plan for a wardrobe upkeep and management. And then it talks about what care is. So care is everyday maintenance. It also is clothing management, keeping the clothes clean. And then repair is repair, but they say they have easy non-sewing methods as well as techniques for hand or machine sewing. And then customizing is about extending the life of your clothes even further. So you can improve the fit, or you can update the fashion details. It might be simple, like raising the hem of a dress, or it could be major, like redesigning the collar and lapels of a jacket. Actually, here we have a really nice sewing box with different colors of thread. There are some buttons here. What else? This might be a hem gauge. Is that what that's called? I don't know. I've seen these tools and I don't remember what they're called. There's some thread, scissors, measuring tape. It's one of those retractable measuring tapes. There's a pencil here. Looks like it's double-ended with blue on one side and pink on the other. I think the blue is meant to be used on light fabrics, and the light pink is meant to be used on dark fabrics. We have a thimble, looks like that one's plastic, and then some more pins. There's a little seam ripper here, a classic pin cushion with lots of pins in it. There's a metal thimble and some fabric shears. And then, funny enough, in this photo is this book right here. The book is in the book. I don't know what this is. Maybe it's ribbon, or it could be stabilizer. I forget what that's called, but I've used ribbon as a stabilizer for knit fabrics before, but I have no idea if that's what that is. So here's the care section. We've got this very large image on the 2 pages of someone ironing some red fabric. You can see all the steam coming from the iron. And this person has some red nails just like me, but these nails are much longer than mine. Here we have some care label terms. I can imagine this is pretty useful, actually. I'm not sure if care labels and the terms on care labels have changed all that much in the past, 40 years. I'm not sure. I would think that this would still be relevant even now. Oh, this is actually kind of nice. These international symbols. So a lot of clothing has symbols instead of words, and I always forget what the symbols mean, so that's kind of nice. I kind of want to get to some of the more fun sections. So there's stuff about drying your clothes, fabrics that need special handling, sequins, fur, synthetic fur, silk, down, leather, suede. Here's a closet section. I sort of just organized my closet, or I guess reorganized it myself. So let's see if I followed these tips. Keep items within easy reach. Avoid high shelves or low drawers for frequently used clothing. Keep a low, sturdy stool nearby for reaching high shelves. I do keep a little step stool in my closet so I can reach the high shelves. Keep items clearly visible. Use clear plastic storage containers, wire mesh baskets, and open shelves so that garments are easy to see. I have open shelves in my closet already, so definitely a good tip. Store similar items together. Hang and store similar items in the same area. To make accessorizing easier, keep jewelry, scarves, and belts near clothing. That's kind of nice, having a little jewelry area in your closet. I do not have that, but that's a good idea. It would be nice to kind of keep everything in the closet, but kind of how it is here, it's all hung on the wall, so you can actually see what you have, because sometimes jewelry boxes hide everything, and I forget what I have. Divide and compartmentalize space. Divide space in the closet into smaller categories, designating a place for each type of item, such as skirts, dresses, jackets, and accessories. Yeah, I think most people do this, where you keep all your shirts together, all your pants together, etc. Closet hardware, closet design. We've got travel tips or packing for travel. This is a nice photo. Everything laid out really in an organized way. Here's the section on patches, elbow and knee patches. We've got a photo here of someone with their elbow ripped. So they say, synthetic or genuine suedes make handsome elbow patches for sweaters, jackets, and wool shirts. You can cut your own or buy pre-cut suede and leather patches with perforations around the edges to aid in sewing through the heavy patch. To cut patches, first make a paper or cardboard pattern. For non-woven fabrics that do not ravel or do not unravel, it says ravel there, such as synthetic suede, cut the patch the same size of the pattern. For woven fabrics that ravel, such as corduroy, cut the patch half an inch larger and then press the edges under a 1/4 inch. And then they say, baste or fuse patches in place for stitching. To fuse, cut fusible web from pattern. Place fusible web between patch and right side of garment. Place heavy brown paper or aluminum foil under a worn area to prevent fusible web from sticking to inside of garment. So in this photo, it's showing the cardboard pattern, the actual patch, and then the web fusible, what do they call it? Fusible web. So here it says how to apply a patch on the outside. I'm not exactly sure how this is so much different than these elbow and knee patches, but it looks like this is what that looks like, which is using denim to patch up some denim jeans. So it looks like they've got a patch of denim covering a hole here, and they've basted it into place. And then here, they're using a sewing machine to do a very, very narrow or, well, they call them closely spaced stitches. So there's not a lot of room in between each stitch. I guess that's the stitch length. It has a very short stitch length to go all around the edges of the patch. And then here they're cutting the original denim from that patch area. So here's the customizing section where it says customizing for fit and fashion. Even with an organized closet and a conscientious routine of care and repair, you may still have clothes that you rarely wear. In the back of your closet may be an unflattering blouse, a skirt that does not fit comfortably, or a coat with fashion details from a decade past. By customizing, you can update the style of your clothes and adjust their fit. Sometimes the simplest change makes a big difference. Customizing offers many personal rewards. With a little imagination, you can alter an ill-fitting dress, recycle an out-of-date sweater, restyle a suit bought at a garage sale, or change any garment in your closet to better suit your taste. Customizing is also a good way to economize. Adjustments in length or style can eliminate the need for a new jacket or coat, for example. Before making any changes, first identify why you do not wear the garment. Whether the problem is fit or style, consider it carefully to determine possible changes that offer a solution. Whether you're altering or updating, also consider the amount of time needed for the project. Shortening a skirt usually takes less time than narrowing the lapels of a jacket. Simple changes can often be made quickly, whereas larger projects may require planning. Finally, consider your options. Once you decide to recycle your clothing, you'll find many alternatives. Alter a garment that does not fit. It may be necessary to change the width by taking a seam in or letting one out, or the length by moving a hemline up or down. Change the style of a garment to get the fit you want if an alteration in length or width is not possible. If the sleeves of a sweater are too short, the solution may be to turn the sweater into a vest. Update or individualize a garment by making simple changes in the styling. The changes may be as easy as adding trimming or changing the buttons. Be imaginative in finding ways to give new life to your clothes. Change the use of the garment if no other option is available. When the fabric is still in good condition, make something else from it after detaching buttons, zippers, and usable trimmings. Fabric from an adult's garment may be ideal for making a jumper or pants for a child. That's a good idea. I think it's smart to use fabrics that were used for a different garment and recycle them into a new piece of clothing. So here it talks about fit, different types of fit adjustments you can do. So here we have this picture of this lady. She's got some gold earrings and a gold necklace, gold bracelet, and gold belt. And she has this pink dress on. It's really bright. It's got a nice collar, some pockets on the front, and some buttons down the bodice with elastic around the waist. It's like a gathered skirt. And the sleeves have buttons as well. This is a section on changing the length of a skirt, or I guess of any hemline. So you can lengthen it with some extra fabric, or shorten, and then they have some common errors in hemming. The hem is too deep, or the hem was turned twice. So they're saying if you turn your hem under 2 or more times, it creates a bulky ridge that is obvious on the right side of the garment. Updating your wardrobe is one way to stay current with clothing styles without buying or sewing new garments with every fashion change. This is kind of a fun or funny section, I think, because I'm sure some of the updates they will mention are not necessarily stylish today, but here we have shortening a dress to a shirt. So I guess she had a pretty simple dress here, kind of like, almost like a t-shirt dress, although it looks like it's a woven fabric, not necessarily a stretchy knit fabric. And I love that she's styled here with this belt, kind of really low on her waist. She looks very happy though, I suppose. this. This is a nice skirt, actually. This is restyling a dress to a skirt. So kind of the opposite, where in this example, they're taking the dress and removing the bottom skirt portion, but in this example, they're removing the top bodice section. To restyle a wrap skirt to a button front skirt. Remove stitching at waistband front to release any gathers. Try on the skirt and pin closed at a comfortable position. On both layers of fabric, mark a line down the center front. Cut away excess garment, allowing 1 inch for overlap and 2 inches for turn back facing on each side. Turn facing under on each center front edge. Match center front markings. Finish waistband. Add buttonholes on overlap, buttons on underlap. That's a very condensed set of instructions. This section is on narrowing lapels. Because the shape and width of collars and lapels vary with fashion, these details can quickly date a garment. That's kind of interesting. I think I don't really notice the width of a lapel, but I'm sure I would recognize if it was really outdated looking, I guess. Just not something I think about. Restyling sweaters. So this is how to change a sweater to a vest, which is basically cut off the sleeves, and then they're saying put bias binding and turn the edges under and slip stitch in place. That's what that says. This is changing a pullover to a cardigan. That's cute, where you cut down the front. Actually, first, you stitch 2 rows of straight stitches down the center front, following the lengthwise rib. This stabilizes the knit loops and keeps them from pulling out. Cut between the 2 stitching lines here. And then finish the new edges by applying pre-shrunk gross grain ribbon, being careful not to stretch the sweater. The ribbon may be applied on the inside or outside at buttonholes and buttons. So here's how to change a turtleneck to a crew neck, which is you fold the turtleneck to the inside, and then you can pin it or baste it, and then you actually stitch it where the collar joins the neckline. It says you can add a second row of stitching if you want, and then trim the excess fabric. And then we've got the index at the end of the book with lots of terms here. This is kind of fun. This is an old bottle of Tide. I mean, it looks pretty similar to today's Tide. some Heinz vinegar. Also looks just like today's branding, really. So that was a little look through this Singer Sewing Reference Library, Clothing Care and Repair, Extending the Life of Your Clothes. I sort of skipped through those initial care sections, but maybe I can go through that in another video. I bet those tips are still relevant, since clothing fabrics haven't changed that much in the past 40 years. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one.